Welcome to our first online Rehoboth Rendezvous. I'm Kathryn Thompson, Chair of Rehoboth Children's Homes Trust. The last few months have been a challenging time worldwide, and the Philippines is no exception. The coronavirus pandemic has taken its toll there too, with many positive cases of COVID-19 and associated deaths. From mid-March, community quarantine was introduced to help restrict the spread of the virus. The lockdown measures are gradually being lessened as time goes by. We put together a short presentation for you in the form of video clips and an interview with Rehoboth's Executive Director, so you can gain a better understanding of what has been happening at Rehoboth during the last 4 months. We hope you enjoy it. Our first video clip gives you an idea of some of the activities that the staff and children have been doing over the last few months.
Some of our residents right now, they are doing some paintings.
Today's work here is led by 3 of our staff. We have Pastora Melody, Sir Juby, and we have Karina here. So they are working with the children to make this area filled with lemongrass and citronella. We also have some oregano here.
Hi, I'm Kathryn Thompson, Rehoboth Overseas Volunteer. I usually spend 9 to 10 months of the year living and working at Rehoboth. I returned to the UK a little bit earlier than expected in the middle of March due to the changing nature of the coronavirus situation. I don't know when I shall be able to return at the moment, as the Philippines are not accepting foreigners. However, due to the new normal, I have been able to stay in contact with those at Rehoboth remotely and have been talking to them regularly. When I'm at Rehoboth, I spend a lot of time supporting the children's educational development. The President of the Philippines has said there'll be no face-to-face teaching at the moment, so they are designing a new form of education which shall be online or modular learning. The parents will be requested to go to school to collect modules of learning for their children to complete at home, which will cover all subjects. They will then be returned to the teacher the following week and then new modules collected. The teachers are available for advice. The colleges will also be starting at the same time, but with a more structured system where the students will be signing in online and attending classes and then completing work at home. Rehoboth plans to support its residents with the help of our staff and local volunteers, and to coordinate with our REAP students to make sure that they too can access the educational resources available in their local schools and colleges. While some of this is not ideal, the staff at Rehoboth will do their best to make sure that the children and young people continue to progress in their education. I chatted to Tuquero, our Executive Director, about her experiences over the last few months and to see how Rehoboth has coped during this time. Hi Amy, it's really good to see you and to talk to you today. I'm in England and you're in the Philippines, but we can talk on Zoom, so that's really great. I just wanted to find out from you how you're feeling during this time. Since the middle of March, Philippines has been in some kind of lockdown, community quarantine, and we just want to find out how that's impacted you personally and as Director of Rehoboth too.
Yeah. Hi, Kat. Hi, everyone. So nice to see you again, too. Though you are there and we are here, so it's still okay. So, yes, the Philippines has been in an ECQ or extended community quarantine for the past 2.5 months. And now we are a little bit more lax, and now we are on the general community quarantine since May 16, 2020. So personally, there are two mixed feelings. Yeah. First was a good time to relax a little bit, as work is limited. No rush reports, no meetings to attend. So meaning I have more time to work on the organizational and technical papers that I needed to do. Those things sitting down for a long period of time and just waiting for time to be done. So it also means I have more time to learn more of the health situation, to educate ourselves, our staff, our children, our families, to positively respond to the crisis. So, secondly, I should accept that this bothered me a lot. I mean, I have fears, and my focus on my real job was temporarily displaced. And suddenly the mother instinct or figure dominated. I mean, it's not just a mother of my family, of my children, but a mother of many at Rehoboth. If I became so something that I really need to lead, because many people are depending on me. So I have to think of our food, our basic needs, our security, protection of our children. But if although some of our children, maybe half of our children, have gone home to their families, but still there are so many that are here, and a couple of discharged residents were here also, so we have to help them as well. Yes. So they are here for during the time that there were no works, and they also don't have foods. Also have to think of our beneficiaries. How are they now? How are they schooling? How are they coping with the crisis?
So you said some of our children went home to be with their families during this time. How do you think they managed while they're at home, and their parents, how did they manage for work during the quarantine?
most of the establishments, actually, those families who have been working in some establishments were closed during the quarantine period. So during the ECQ, so most of them are there in their houses, and we're able to contact many or most of our families,
Yes.
and they are coping. I
Right.
think that's one of the values of the strengths of the Filipinos,
Yes.
being resilient in times of crisis. So the good thing is the farming community, or those who are involved in farming,
Yes.
they never stop the farming activity.
Yes.
So they were allowed to go to the farm. They were allowed to earn some living in the farm. They were able to go to the rivers for fishing, supplement the food that they have,
Yes.
need. They're able to go to the forest to take some fruits or other vegetables. Yeah. So that's good. And our families also were given supplement by the government. But we too, as Rehoboth, we share the resources that we have. To in the months of April and May, we're
Yes.
able to provide them food packs, including some health health stuff, so that they will able to maintain the health protocols, at least in some ways. So we said many came back to us by phone saying thank you, because at least has helped them also a lot, especially when you are not able to go to the market to buy
Yes.
because of the quarantine. So it's good that they are able to cope with the situation. So even if it's hard, I think it's not that hard because of the help that we are able to provide.
Right, and some of the children have started to come back to Rehoboth now after their time at home. How are they experiencing the transition from being at home, being back to Rehoboth? How are you managing that?
Actually, they all wanted to come back now, but there are some health protocols that we have to abide.
Yes.
So we divided it into 2 or 3 groups. So the first group are already in quarantine.
Right.
So one of the health protocols that we have to do is to quarantine the children that
Yes.
are coming back for 2 weeks.
Right.
So thank you, Kat, for letting us use your house. We didn't. The first batch will be ending the quarantine period in by tomorrow, Saturday. But second batch will be arriving on Monday.
Right.
Because we have to check what's going on inside your house,
Yes.
inside the quarantine place. We have to totally disinfect the area in
Right.
preparation for the second batch to
That's good.
come.
Good. And I heard you had a problem with one of the staff being able to get to work.
Oh yes, our senior house parent who lives in another province, actually in another region, couldn't come back after the quarantine. So it's when the ECQ was declared, no one can already move from one place to another.
Right.
So she was there at home for 2.5 months.
Yes.
So because she really wanted to come. She misses the children. I think it's towards the end of May when she was able to find a way to come.
Right.
She undergo a lot of a medical examination in their place to get the travel pass in order to be able to come, but she successfully came here. And because it is not possible for her to go back home also after a week of her duty, she stayed here for a month before she was able to go back home, visit home today.
Right.
Actually, because of her son's birthday.
Oh, that's nice that she can celebrate with
Yeah.
him. Good. So as you look back over the time of the last 2 or 3 months, Amy, what do you think that you've learned through this time, or have you got some positive experiences that have come out of this very challenging time for us all?
Oh yes, a lot of things have been learned.
Yeah.
So I've learned to be more flexible.
Mm-hmm.
So before, I know I'm already flexible, so adapting to the changes. But this is a real different situation,
Mm-hmm.
and we learned how to cope with it.
Mm-hmm.
So, the pattern of working is that you have to write down all the things that you need to do.
Yeah.
So I wasn't able to do that, and I got bored because for 2.5 months I wasn't able to leave the office or leave the compound. Just in the garden, and then here garden, here girls, boys. That's the flow. So, but I learned to be more patient as well. As I was beginning to get bored, I have to do some other things that will make me peaceful, like playing with the children.
Yeah.
That I don't used to do now. I used to do it before, but I didn't do that for a long time. I'd be with them in small meetings, be with the house parents, talking, cope with the present situation. That was also a good thing. And as I mentioned earlier, being dependent to the Lord is the best thing that I've ever done.
Yes.
And I've been praying before, but this time is very different. I'm so thankful that I said God never left us. I never felt alone. I never felt it was difficult, but the difficult is not that as much. I find it like I am so assured that some good things will come out of the situation.
Yes. I understand the good things have come out of the garden and the farm.
Oh yes, of course. Yeah, that's the many of our time, especially during the beginning of the crisis, we devoted a lot of time in the garden. But yes, we were able to do good things there. So early in the morning, we were able to do cleaning, preparing the land, so planting until we waited for the rain in May. So now we have a lot of plants in the garden. So that's one really good thing. The children have learned some of the gardening techniques because we invited Roberto. So Roberto was one of our graduates in agriculture. And since he also didn't have work, we invited him to join us at Rehoboth, share also what we have, because he didn't have salary, no work, no pay.
Yes.
So he came and helped us a lot in the garden.
Good.
Work with the boys, and not only the boys, even with the girls. The boys and the girls, some learning modules that the children will learn. It is very basic, but even if it's basic, the children didn't know it unless we teach them.
Great.
Now we are really enjoying the fruit of what we did in the garden. We have lots of vegetables, supplement our kitchen, our food, and of course we have the chicken. We have lots of eggs. We didn't have market outside, not many, but we were also able to share with the families that we provided food stuff. We also support the frontliners in the community. We gave them some eggs. We shared the eggs with them.
Really
so I think it's rewarding.
Yes, good. Well, it sounds like you've had a really busy, even though unusual, last 2 or 3 months. But we shall be praying for you all as we move into the next stage of this time of our lives, and we'll pray that the children will stay healthy as they come back to Rehoboth, and all the staff too. So thank you, Amy, for your time this morning, and we shall continue to pray for you and keep everybody updated with what's happening.
Thank you also, and stay safe. Bye.
Hello everyone, I'm Ruth Thorogood, Rehoboth Sponsorship Secretary. I was very fortunate to have been able to visit Rehoboth again earlier this year, returning to the UK just before lockdown. I spent a really enjoyable few weeks at the home, volunteering in a variety of ways, getting to know the new residents and catching up with the ones that I've met previously. During lockdown itself, we've updated our sponsors monthly via email and have recently produced our summer newsletter. Sponsors have continued to send letters and cards to their sponsored children, and where possible we have forwarded these on by email or messenger, as currently no international post is being delivered to Rehoboth. The children are always delighted to receive letters and frequently talk about their sponsors and pray for them too. They enjoy making cards, colouring pictures and writing letters for their sponsors. If you're interested in sponsoring a child, please do get in touch with us. We have a number of REAP students of varying ages and stages of education who do not yet have sponsors. We're also launching a new project this year for those older residents ready to transition from living in a children's home to living independently. Bernadette is one such young person, and she will now tell you all about it.
Hi, I'm Bernadette. I'm 18 years old. I'm in my last year of high school. I came to Rehoboth in 2008 when I was 6 years old. My mother passed away from tuberculosis and I was living with my auntie. My sister Marianne was already at Rehoboth so she could continue her studies. My father already had a family. I started in grade 1 and finished elementary school in 2014. Being at Rehoboth gave me the opportunity to part in many different activities, such as athletics, rhythm band, and speech choir. My brother Mark Lee joined Mary Ann and I at Rehoboth in 2009, and my older sister Jay was in RIP for a while. I complete my junior high school in 2018, then transfer schools to study senior high. I'm taking humanities and social sciences and I'll be starting college in August this year. I have applied to study agro-ecotourism at Tarlac Agricultural University. At junior high school, I joined singing band and journalism club. I made lots of new friends. At Rehoboth, I was given the opportunity to develop my musical skills through tambourine and later into singing, leading praise and worship in church. As my English developed, I was able to help in children devotion and Sunday school by translating. As I move from being a resident at Rehoboth and to our independent living program, I'm feeling excited but also nervous. I will be living in boarding house down the road from Rehoboth, but it feels much farther than that. I will be cooking for myself, doing all my old household chores and managing my own time and money. I'm already beginning to think about what I will eat and how I'll budget my money and etc. I'm a bit worried about living by myself and having no one to remind me to do my washing, finishing my assignments. I will have to learn stand on my own 2 feet and encourage myself and motivate myself too. As I look back on my life so far, I am so thankful that I have the opportunity to live at Rehoboth and go to school. If I had stayed at home, I would probably not have the same future as I am looking forward to now. I have learned how to socialize with other people, develop and enhance my natural abilities, and have encouraged to pursue and reach my goals in life. I have learned not to waste opportunities that are given to me. Instead, use them and inspire others. Despite of all things I have been through, I have been reminded to keep fighting, not to give up, because if you do, you cannot achieve that you wanted to be. I believe God will accompany me on my journey, and I need to trust Him to lead and guide me. Please pray for me as I enter the next stage of my life and move closer to my goal and completing my studies and living independently.
It's a beautiful day, so I noticed through my window a golden array, silver sheets and silver pillows. I just can't behave, so pick me up and drop me down, make my feelings come around. But you give me something to hold on tight to. So would you please excuse me from the rest of the world? Oh, I'm gonna spread my wings and fly away for a while. No, take a holiday. Take a holiday. Take a holiday. Take a holiday. Give me a raise so I can see beyond my paper tray. Working away, only break I get is when I blink over some scenery. So pick me up and drop me down, parachute me out of bounds. But you give me something to hold on tight to. So would you please excuse me from the rest of the world? I'm gonna spread my wings and fly away for a while. No, take a holiday. Take a holiday. Take a holiday. Take a holiday.
Thank you for joining us for our Rehoboth Rendezvous. We hope you found it informative. Please keep praying for the situation at Rehoboth and in the Philippines. If you want to know more about the work of the home, please go to our website www.rehobothchildrenshomes.org. And if you like us on Facebook, we will keep you updated with all the work at the home. Thanks again. Bye.